the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
Under God, what?
all right. Go ahead and do roll call.
Schall. Schlapp.
Ah, got it. Yeah, here.
I had it right the first time?
Schlaf, right?
Off.
Schlaf.
I'm just gonna have to put a note on my computer, for real. Ramey,
Here.
Snyder,
Here.
Jankowski,
Here.
Newman,
Here.
Jennings.
Here.
Okay.
Make a motion to excuse at this point, right?
So Ryan is going to be late. Is there anyone else who is going to, let's see, we have Jim.
I don't remember Jim replied
I don't
saying that
either.
he was coming.
Okay,
Jim said he'll be here
okay.
on the 11th.
Pardon?
He said on October 11th, he said, I will be there.
Okay, well, maybe he's
Right.
delayed, as is Ryan, but that's it, right? Everyone else here?
I think
So,
everybody else can do the future business if we need to.
Pardon?
Excuse them in future business if we need to, if they don't have that.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, we'll excuse him for future business, as you stated, you do that. Okay, does anyone make a motion to excuse them for future business until they arrive?
So moved. Second.
Okay, great. Agenda items, any additions? Nothing. So, couple things. One thing I wanted to talk about is a couple meetings ago we talked about the update on the dam and the inspection that was supposed to be happening with it. So I just wanted to give a very brief update of that. I'll add that later on.
Okay.
I did see from the minutes from last meeting, which I was not available, there was a septic field discussion. Jerry, did you want to provide an update on that?
Yeah, I get, yeah.
As an agenda item?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Sure.
Okay, let's go ahead and do that then. Okay.
So then 10,
Pardon?
10F.
10F.
Will that be continuing
Yes,
business?
yes, let's do that, yeah. So that will be meeting. Septic, okay, and then I guess I'll just do G, the dam update. The dam update. Do I need to-
What?
Okay, all right.
You got
Do I have to motion to approve the agenda?
Yep. Make a motion to approve additions to the agenda as
Support.
presented.
Support.
And all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? None. Motion carries.
Great, thank you.
Perfect.
Okay, so approval of the minutes from last week. Did everyone have a chance to, or from last month rather, did everyone have a chance to take a look at those?
Yes.
Catch anything?
Let me just see, Martin, the council meeting, yeah. Okay, I have a motion to approve the
Make
minutes?
a motion to approve the minutes from our last regular meeting of September 18, 2024.
Second.
Second then.
Second?
Second.
Okay. All approved?
Aye.
Aye, thank you. All right, call to the public. There's only one member here, so public member. Any issues? You're good. Okay. Okay, we'll move on to next business. So Jared Laughlin, so from Progressive Companies actually had the wrong date, so he showed up last night, unfortunately. However, he did provide a report. I don't know, did everyone have a chance to take a look at the report at all? With
Oh,
any-
is that what this is?
Yeah, so there are, you should have two documents, the Wolverine Lake Water Quality Summary and the Plant Control Summary. Did anyone have a chance to review that at all?
I think it was very well put together, informative too, especially for
Yeah.
newer members.
Right, so yeah, it's fairly consistent with what we receive annually from them. I'll just go through a couple of the points, and I had some questions for them that I was able to get answered today via email. So regarding the plant control summary, so consistent with what we've seen in the past, the main invasive species are Eurasian milfoil, curly leaf pondweed, and the starry stonewort. So those were the ones that were, mainly addressed this year. So in 2024, there was a total of 287.25 acres that were treated with aquatic herbicides, which was a 29% increase from the 222 acres treated last year in 2023. So, and I'm just reading from the report here. So to effectively combat invasive species in the lake, an integrated strategy was applied that combines both chemical and mechanical methods, as we've seen the harvester out there, and we'll have a harvester report later. But the one thing that I did ask them about was the comment they had on page 4, which stated that overall the distribution of aquatic plants around the lake has expanded. This year, aquatic plants accounted for roughly 96% of the relative density in the littoral zone, in contrast to 2023, where the species represented was only 65% in relative density. So that seems to be, we'll just welcome our president. Hello. Welcome.
It's all you today.
We're just talking about the year-end report from Jared that was sent, and I've just made some comments on it relative to the documents that he provided us. So that was the first thing that I had questions about, is that significant increase from 65% last year to 96% this year of the relative density in the littoral zone. Littoral zone, just for anyone who's paying attention, is the shore, the lake shore to, I don't know the exact definition, from the shore to about, a certain degree within the lake. Sorry that I don't have the exact definition of that. But anyway, so there was an increase in the density of the weeds in that section. And the other thing that was mentioned in the document that is the water quality summary. So historically, the average total of phosphorus concentrations in the spring have been somewhat elevated. However, the past 2 years, we've seen a low spring phosphorus level, likely due to mild winters. And the other point that was mentioned here, there's also a TSI, or Trophic State Index. There's a thing called the Secchi disc, where they measure the turbidity of the lake, and that the phosphorus and chlorophyll and Secchi transparency readings really get converted to a number, and it really defines where we sit in 3 different categories: oligotropic, which is where you have fewer weeds; mesotropic, which is where we've hovered over in the past 10 years or so; and then eutrophic is where you have an overgrowth of weeds and other organic material. So based on this information, we have still maintained our position within the mesotrophic range, which is good, which is where we want to be. And it states in here that based on the water quality data collected from 2013 to 2014, Wolverine Lake is mesotrophic. Average phosphorus concentrations in Wolverine Lake have historically been elevated. In 2023 and 2024, spring total phosphorus concentrations range from low to moderate. So I think the good thing is the phosphorus levels are lower than they have typically been. However, there has been an increase in the density of the invasive species weeds that we've had. So I reached out to Progressive today just to ask about the implications of these points, and I'll just read from the email I received. The consecutive mild winters experienced in Michigan have allowed for the overwintering structures of submersive plants to expand due to optimal light and temperature conditions. It is likely that phosphorus is being sequestered, i.e. taken up, stored by the vegetative material in rooted plants. The last hard winter we had was in 2021 and 2022, which was expressed during the 2022 season in a lower cumulative cover exhibited in the 2022 survey results. The plus side of the equations is that the low phosphorus levels in the water column may be limiting the growth of algae, but at the expense of higher growth of rooted plants or macrophytes. So that's what they found this year, that there was an increase in the plant material, but the phosphorus level was low. Again, probably involved based upon the milder winter we've had in the past 2 years. So I don't know if anyone else had a chance to review that. Those were my questions and the answers they provided to that. So I don't know if there's really anything we can do about it right now. I mean, certainly, you know, if there's an excess of invasive species next year, we'll be addressing that with both the chemical treatment and with the mechanical treatment with the harvester. But any comments or additional points?
Was Jared going to come in at some point or no?
Well, I don't, he was supposed to come in last night, but he had the wrong date, obviously. So whether he'll be coming by again, I'm not sure, but we can follow up. We can take that as an action item to follow up.
Did they provide us any, usually at this time they give us budget spent and all that stuff? Did they provide any of that?
That wasn't provided in the details, but perhaps maybe, I mean, we'll have to decide whether we're going to have a meeting next month, and if so, maybe we can have them come in and give us that update. Okay, you want to take over?
No.
No?
You have this well under control. man.
Okay.
That was quick.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
so no other comments regarding the progressive summary that we were provided? Okay.
No, we'll get this on the website too for people if you actually want to go through it in detail and read it. We can put it up get it up on the website.
I'll let you handle that.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. New business item 7B, Water Management Board, 3-year term expirations as of 12/31/24. Kyle Jennings.
You want to stay on?
I'm gonna stay on.
All right.
Good.
All right. Motion to add Kyle Jennings to the board for a 3-year term expiring 12/31/2024.
You can second it.
Wouldn't it be 27?
Yeah, 27. That's right. Yeah. 3-year term expires. They have it as 24 here.
Well, it expires coming up, but
Yeah, so it
you're-
goes out
You're
till 27.
making a
Yep.
motion to extend it to 27?
Yep.
That's what we're doing. Yeah, you're here,
Support.
you're going to be a lifer here, Kyle.
I don't mind it.
Roll call vote.
Schloff.
Wow.
Exactly the way it looks.
Well, it was
Ramey.
like,
Yes.
Snyder.
Yes.
Jankowski.
Yes.
Martini.
Yes.
Newman.
Yes.
And I guess Jennings, do you want to vote for yourself?
is that appropriate?
Sure.
Sure, all right, yes.
There you
It
go.
is today.
You don't have faith in you,
I mean, I got faith in myself.
conversation.
All right, well, congratulations, good. It's good to have you. 7C, assignment of the chair and vice chair for 2025.
I move that we retain Ryan Martini as our chairperson.
I'm going to say that I am willing to do it, but I'm also willing to not do it. Rob, I wouldn't mind switching with you. I would say my
I would-
work-life balance is insane right now.
I wouldn't mind switching with you, only because, as we know, I've missed a number of meetings
Yeah.
because of my increased travel now. So I'm a little reluctant to
Yeah.
take the chair position on that.
Okay, so I will do it unless somebody else wants to do it. Does somebody
No, I
want to
don't
do
wanna
it? I can't right now.
No,
I can't.
He's on council. He can't because he's a liaison.
Right,
so
I'm a liaison.
I'll do it. If you
Kyle,
wanna
I'm
do
not
it.
interested in
I think you'd make a
Okay.
nice vice chair, though.
I do too.
Yeah,
think
if you're the chair, no doubt.
Yeah.
You gonna be the chair?
Huh?
You gonna be the
No,
chair?
he's going to be the chair, you'll be the vice chair. But
He's ducking out. I'm trying to promote him.
I would, but I don't want to get caught in the situation where I'm not going to be here for meetings because
Sure.
of, it's not fair, so.
Okay.
I don't want to do that.
Life isn't fair.
I'm good.
Life isn't fair.
So can I make a motion for Kyle to be vice chair for 2025?
I already made a motion that I did a dual motion. You,
I'll second.
Martini, and
Okay, read that motion for me one more time.
Okay, the motion was to retain both Martini and Jankowski as chair and vice chair for 2025.
And who's the second on that?
Newman.
Ready for? Okay, let me start there. Jennings,
Yes.
Newman,
Yes.
Martini,
Yes.
Jankowski,
Yes.
Snyder,
yes,
Ramey,
Yes.
Shaw. Shaw.
Close. Yes.
Schluff.
I have to inject here.
Congratulations, gentlemen.
Thanks. Thank
The
you.
last time I really questioned misspelling of my name was when I was standing at the top of, to go down the ladder in a troop ship, and he mispronounced my name, and I wasn't going, if I was going for somebody else.
You're gonna get that right if I'm going.
Okay, on to this new business 7D, decide at the meeting in November, December, and January. So I think last year we halted the meetings during that period of time. We postponed them, correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do we need to have a meeting to see if Progressive will come in and give us an update? And do we need that budget issue addressed? And if so, should we
I
do
think
that
we
for
could get that
November?
information offline. I don't think we're going to adjust the money they spent at this point, right? They're not spending any more. I think we probably can post this, have people provide questions. I just wasn't sure if they were coming in tonight or not. So
Yeah.
if they're not coming in, I wouldn't hold a meeting just to have them come in for November. That would be my take.
So vote for
And I
it.
feel like the last
The
time,
third week of November, December, and January are going to be tough to make anyway, in my mind.
I feel like the last time they were here, we had some discussion on budget as well.
On where they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a projection of where they
Right.
were. It's probably in the minutes.
Right.
One meeting or 2 meetings ago, so I'm sure we had money left. Right, it was not like we were running over or something. I don't think it's.
Right.
So I would be in favor of not having the meeting through January.
So did we do January last year, or did we just go through?
So we November, December, and
resumed in-
January, we canceled.
we
And then we
resumed in
resumed in
February.
February, but we didn't have a quorum in February, so then we didn't actually pick up till March.
Okay.
Ideally, we would get into February because we have the,
Safety fair.
I'd like to do a better job again, planning the safety fair, get in front of that. We're going to combine it with some other stuff, so.
Yeah.
It'll give us the opportunity to get something on the books moving before,
Work with Parks and
Things
Rec
start,
a little bit,
yeah.
maybe, yeah.
so I wouldn't want to go later than February.
Okay, so make a motion to postpone the November, December, and January and
Not
resume in
postpone, we're
February?
canceling the
Cancel.
meetings.
Cancel?
Yeah.
Okay, motion to cancel the November, December 2024 and January 2025 meetings and resume February 2025.
Support.
Can you get a second?
Second.
That's
All in
what's-
favor?
Aye.
Do we need a roll call for that, or no?
I don't think so.
Okay, aye,
It doesn't involve money.
No money, not money and membership, so I think we're good.
okay.
Okay. So the administration report, current lake level,
I mean, it was down it was 0.11 feet, so it was at just over an inch. So we won't start drawing it down until the end of the month anyway, so.
so the official date is the 31st when they draw down? Okay,
Yeah.
because I've been asked. Okay,
Yeah.
so just to get it on record, October 31st, okay, for the drawdown. In terms of any noteworthy complaints to the village, have you received anything?
No, Dave didn't send me anything. I didn't see anything online.
I didn't see anything either.
No,
End of
everyone's-
season is here.
It's quiet.
Everyone's sad, their boats are coming out of the
Yeah,
water, as I was today when they picked up
I
mine.
got mine shrink wrapped today.
It was a sad day in
That is very
Green
sad.
Lake
It's
when
officially
they,
over.
It's not over for me.
You're selling yours. I saw
Well,
you
I do.
post
I still have 2 though. So if anyone wants to buy either,
Hey, yeah, we selling boats on the meter? What is this? Misuse of,
Say it into the.
I didn't bring it up. Just to be clear.
Say it into the camera.
he's gonna
The year is.
hold his
no.
phone number up.
Runs well.
So, yeah, no, I didn't see any complaints.
okay, all right, well, good. Okay, 9, chairperson's report and general communications to the board, key date calendar review. I know you were supposed to, did you go to the board meeting? You were
No.
unable to?
No,
yeah.
I didn't, but I will.
Okay.
So the only things we have left really is lake at the winter level by December 1st. January 15th, I think you have to enroll in the shrink wrap program. That's what I wrote. Does that make sense?
Do I have to
The shrink
enroll
wrap,
in
I don't know, the
that?
shrink wrap recycling program sign up.
I'll take care of it.
So-
January's a little early, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing I
I'll take
have
care of
from now till February, so that's the
Question.
Yeah.
last thing.
Why do we recycle? Why doesn't it just go out in the trash?
Because because typical recycling does not recycle shrink wrap. It's made of a particular compound that is not recyclable. So,
So how about with the garbage?
well, okay, then it ends up in landfill, and that's a lot of trash in the landfill. So there is,
Okay, I
this
like that.
program is specific for recycling shrink wrap, so,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
so lower bio burden.
Okay.
And it's been successful. I mean, we order roughly 75 bags a year, and 60-something of them go out, and we get a lot of return on the investment, so it's good.
And I don't understand why we don't use a canvas, because I'm an old guy, we used to put the things,
To cover the boat?
cover the boat
Yeah.
Yeah.
for 400 years.
Yeah, well,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say the one time I didn't shrink wrap my boat, I had a cat move into it in the winter and had kittens in it.
But your daughter was happy.
So, since then, I shrink wrap my boat.
Okay. Okay, so next thing, number 10, continuing business, fish stocking. Jim, I think, was going to provide us with a DNR update from the last meeting, but since he's not here, I don't know.
I think he sent an email. And he actually tried to contact me at least 2 times, if not more.
You're right, they did provide a suggestion, correct? I think there
Yeah,
was something.
He took care of it all. Let me.
Do you
let me just
have it?
see.
Yeah.
Speaking of contact, how do I contact you people?
Email.
Email. you
Or
should be-
phone number. Our phone numbers are available, but
Okay.
email.
If you just go on the
Okay.
email that Tabitha sends out for the meeting, you'll have all our emails on there.
I'm slow. Okay.
Yeah, so am I.
This is quite a long email, so I don't think I'm going to get through it right now, but Jim was on the fish stocking stuff. He asked to talk to me on September 24th, and I never actually called him, unfortunately.
But if I recall, there was something with, some of the fish were smaller.
Yeah.
There was an issue with the size of the fish, so the DNR recommended, I don't know if you have it, what the
Yeah,
recommendation
he was, the last time we talked, he was actually going to go find out what the recommendation is. Now I'm reading this email from the Michigan Department of Natural Resources right now, but it's long enough that I'm not going to get through it.
I thought there was a recommendation.
I think I glazed it and more diverse species.
Correct, but does anybody recall, what, was it more walleye they recommended?
No, so last year we put in 1,000 walleye,
Yeah.
right? So then he was following up with them to see what they recommend this year, and that's what I'm trying to go for. Unfortunately, it's a long email. Anyway, Jim is on it. I can see if I can get through this, and then I'll just tell you what it says.
If you find it, because I thought there was something he said, but, okay. Let's see where we at. Village calendar review. Oh, plant control and invasive species. Well, I think we've kind of covered that with the report that I reviewed from Progressive. And we'll wait to see if they've got anything else that they want to send out that we can just do via email. But I think the report was fairly comprehensive, and as Ryan mentioned, we'll have that posted onto the website for others to take a look at. Harvester discussion. Who's our
That's
harvester?
me.
That's you?
Yeah. So I was planning on showing the data. I did organize it, at Ryan's request from probably, I think, 2 meetings ago now.
Yeah.
But I can't pull it up due to the lack of internet. But nothing's out of the ordinary. Everything seems to be tracking like it is in the last couple of years. Some downtime, again, due to a few stumps being hit, loose teeth, repairs, but nothing significant.
But it was fairly consistent with...
It's consistent with prior years.
Okay. Okay.
It's actually trending, I think, a little bit better than 23 this year, so.
It did seem like, from my observation, it seemed like they were out a lot more towards the latter part of the season.
There
right?
was a period, and I'm going off my memory, so that's dangerous, but I believe it was in July where we were added down for about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And so then it was very heavy through the remainder of the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 23 was so low in hours because we didn't get a map right away. And
Right, we're delayed in 2023, right. Okay. Jerry, you had something that you shared with us regarding a harvester. Do we want to address that now? Is that regarding the harvester?
Yeah, this thing reputedly pulls weeds instead of cutting them. And so they're not, the roots are gone. And this outfit claims that you pay for it in a couple of years in chemicals, herbicides saved. That's all, something I got off the internet. And if one of you guys wants to go there for a demonstration, they'll pay for the plane ride there and back.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Seriously, yeah.
Well, where's it at? If it's
Yeah,
San
where is it?
I was
Diego,
gonna say, that makes me question cost.
Tahiti is a
Yeah.
great place for
Well, it's
harvest.
Minneapolis, so,
Oh, well,
like going to Minneapolis.
You can go, Paul.
thanks.
Yeah.
I'll be the point
Where your
person on
fancy
that, eh?
hat.
I'd rather go in February.
I'm curious, what they say is the cost of this fancy new
It's
machine?
$99,000 plus $9,000.
It's a lot cheaper than the one that we currently have.
Well, that's what I saw that.
Yeah.
It's
What
also
is it?
significantly smaller.
Do we own our harvester?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we own it.
So it's something, I don't know.
How is it comparably? Ours is,
Ours cuts, that one pulls.
but I mean, cost.
Oh,
Ours is
I
$160,000.
would say it was,
Okay.
well, I guess it's a good thing to be aware of
Yeah.
once ours, gets put to rest. But I think for now, I think we'll, work, I would think we'd work with what we've got for now,
Yeah.
but it's good to know. I actually tried to have a gentleman from one of the local harvesting companies come in and give us just an update or a little dissertation on, appropriate management with a harvester, since I don't know much about it at all. So I wanted to have an expert come in and give us a little bit of an education. So I'll try to resurrect that next spring. I kind of got pushed to the side this year, but we'll see if we can have that happen. So, because I think it would be good for us to know, what exactly, based on our lake, our size, our situation, how often do we need to have a harvester out there? What's the yield they should be pulling in every time they're out there, and the hours spent? So,
Well, we have the data of how it currently operates.
right,
Probably
we currently
why-
do, but I'd like to know from someone who
Yeah.
does this professionally, is that efficient? Are we maximizing our potential with it?
Do you have any idea for this, like how many acres it does in a given amount of time? Usually they,
it says 1.5 an hour.
Yeah.
1.5 an hour. Let's see what ours is currently running at.
Skimming 3 to 5 miles an hour, harvesting 1 to 3 miles an hour.
But if it pulls
Because
the weed-
it's significantly smaller, I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1.5 an hour sounded low to me from a high level, but I
Yeah, I
wasn't
mean, you can
sure.
see the size of it, it's significantly smaller. It would take a
Right,
lot longer to actually run the lake. I'm trying to see what ours does though.
Right.
I guess another thought or question would be, if this is pulling, you might be harvesting less too.
Right, I did,
Yeah.
something to consider.
So you're harvesting
Less
less.
often, you're assuming.
You
Yeah,
don't need to be
less-
out so often if
Yeah.
we're pulling them out.
Oh, is
Right.
that what you meant? That, yeah, you're out there less because you're...
Yeah, because you're pulling it, and it's just like, weeding a garden. If you
Right.
weed whack it, you're gonna weed whack it every
Well,
week or so, but if
I
you
would
pull it-
think that for this thing, what we should do is, first, obviously, the company making the device is gonna say that this is the best thing in the world.
Right,
So
of course.
We have to have somebody understand if pulling the weeds are actually effective, more effective than cutting them. For some of them, I'm sure it is. But probably something we want to run past Progressive, just to see if they understand anything specific to different
I don't
harvesting
know if they would
methods.
be too
Isn't it
keen
like-
on this either.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Does it start with that?
But I think
Fragmented
they're not
sprays?
gonna, you're saying that they're gonna not say if it's better than cutting them?
I think
about that. I
it's
mean,
in their
there's-
best interest to.
For us to cut, because then
Yeah.
they have a
I
job to
don't
do here
believe that.
as well.
I
I
think
don't
they're
know.
gonna give us the appropriate scientific advice. That'd be nice.
I would agree. I think.
And if we don't think that they will, then we shouldn't have them as a company.
That's true.
I'll
Well, maybe
investigate.
we can do some research into this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll keep investigating.
Okay, yeah, I would say, I'm gonna go try, the model we have is called the H900 Aquamarine Aquatic Plant and Weed Model H9800. So I'm gonna see what, this is ours. So I wanna see what it does acres per hour, just for giggles.
Aquamarine, what was the end of that?
H9-800. H9-800. Aqua. Well, who's the harvester person? You're the harvester person now, right?
Yeah.
You're on this.
All right.
Do some research.
Yeah.
report
I'll
back.
figure it out. I'll see what you
Yeah, look
got.
at that orange. the
Yeah,
orange.
this thing's a behemoth. I'll have to look up if it says how many per hour.
Well,
We'll wait a second. Before we even go there, I mean, is this something we would even consider is,
Why not?
well, a couple of appealing things
If
to
it's
me.
better.
'Cause you can get under the bridge with it.
This is not like sunk cost, we could sell that if we wanted
And-
to.
That's what I was wondering.
There's a big market for selling ones if we found something.
You're gonna buy one so you can go harvest.
I'm gonna buy it so that we can hire me to do it.
I was gonna say, I will note, and whether this is a deciding factor or not, the thing that I'm seeing as the only negative off the top of my head, the person stands the whole time.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the thing. It's significantly smaller. The whole
Yes.
operation is different, but
Right.
I'll tell you that I have a soft spot for smaller harvesters because they can get back into the canal
where
and
you
on the
are.
bridge.
Yeah.
Well, they-
So if there's a solution that's as effective and it's small and it services more houses,
Yeah,
I want to know about it.
I agree.
Well, it also says it
Poles,
skins
extra
algae.
docks and less of a foot of water.
So here's,
And when I retire, it's more time on the lake because
no
it's
doubt,
smaller.
you're gonna get paid for it.
Yes,
You're gonna get paid. It's the best retirement job ever.
I agree, it's what I'm gonna do, it's what I'm
Get
gonna
yourself a
do.
lawn chair.
It has to be.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
yeah, you're gonna want to sit though.
So what I'm hearing, Ryan, is we sell ours and then run a pair of these around the
That's
lake,
right,
right?
that's right.
Yeah, all right.
No, what I would say is, can we, I'll ask you, can you contact Progressive?
Yeah.
Find out if they know anything about pulling versus harvesting and if it makes a difference.
Sure.
And then we'll judge their response based on what they give us.
Yeah.
And
Funny
then-
funny you should say that. I read the minutes
Yeah,
8 years ago. And in November 16, Hutchison, put my glasses on, excuse me. Hutchinson mentioned rake lakes,
lake rakes.
lake rakes.
Yeah, I have one.
And for that purpose, I think, that people could do it themselves. They drag
Sure.
it across the lake. Did anybody know if they work?
Yeah, I have one. That's what I clean my beach up with.
Does it pull the weeds?
Sure. I have a big razor too that you can cut it, so it depends
Okay.
if you can pull them out or not.
So it works. So
If you
the
can pull
idea,
them out.
to me, that's what this is. This is
Yeah.
a big,
But it doesn't make them stay away forever.
Okay.
Because they still spread, right? It's not like you get them all out.
Well, I know, I'm pretty sure my memory serves me correctly, milfoil, when it cuts, it spreads.
Right,
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah, that's what, and that's obviously one of their selling points here.
Right.
yeah, it says on their website, they initially developed it for milfoil.
Yeah, Starry Stonewort and milfoil.
So it
And that's
said
our
it
biggest
efficiently harvests up to 1.5 acres per hour. So what does our,
That's what I was-
do we know the specs on ours?
Yeah, that's what I was looking at.
Yeah,
okay.
Didn't complete it.
It's part of my homework.
Okay,
You and I should talk, right?
yes,
You're the,
all right.
you're the harvester guy.
Do you know how many?
I've been told.
Whether you like it or not.
Hey, listen, everybody got signed up for something.
That's fine.
There was some complaint about floating weeds on the, I guess on the last meeting, which,
Toward the
I
end.
mean, it
yeah.
just happens. I mean, those floating weeds end up in my backyard constantly, so.
And last
My-
time, Progressive thought it was mostly from Prop Chop, you know.
Yeah. I'm a big collector of weeds at the end of the lake because
Yeah,
I'm at
me
the end of
too.
the lake.
I just push them down to my buddy Paul's house,
Right on my dock.
right?
And Matt, I wouldn't mind helping, doing a little more research with on the end of the polling,
Yeah.
and then helping with that a little bit if you need some help.
That'd be great. Yeah.
All right, very good. So, okay, so you guys will follow up, and then, I mean, what, do we wait till February for that, or do we provide an email
I mean,
summary of
I don't,
what's?
yeah, I mean, we could send some emails, but yeah, I don't think this is like we're putting the harvester up for sale in the winter.
Right,
No.
right.
I think this is a longer term, like, go
Yeah.
understand.
But it's good to know, okay,
Yeah,
well, okay, it'll be agenda item for February,
Perfect.
If you look at the website, they've got a number of other ones.
Yeah, yeah.
that,
I'm sure.
For
When's
going
the-
into little places.
The budget discussion, is that in June?
Oh, yeah, it's like May, I think,
Oh,
is
okay.
usually.
Okay, continuing business, D, law enforcement issues. Anything? Anyone here of any major issues? I'll take silence as a no.
It's a no.
Okay. E, signage. So at the last meeting I was at, I was talking about replacing the boat cleaning station sign, which you can't read because it's completely like dissolved. There's nothing there. And then the 2 Wolverine Lake Huron watershed signs over here, you can't read them at all. So I did speak to the DNR about this, Jen Etienne. She's still waiting to get back to me, but she thinks she's going to look to see if they actually have some existing signs that we could use for this. If not, we'll be in further discussion about, what we want to do to clean those up. Because again, the one down there, if you take a look at it, you can't even read it. It's completely gone. But there are some, according to David Gilliam, we do have, if I can find my notes, we do have a contract with the DNR, well, at least through 2028, and it has to do with the boat washing station and signs as well. But again, I'm in discussions with the woman who oversees this, so I'll find out. This is not an urgent matter. I mean, it's been like this for years, so I'll just be in touch and to find out if they've got something that they can provide us to replace it, or if there's something we can do to replace that with the correct verbiage that DNR requires.
And we washed the boats on the way out, right?
Yeah.
I saw it in a meeting,
We're
television meeting.
supposed to.
Yeah, but somebody was in this chair before said, the stuff comes in. We're not worried about the stuff going out. We're worried about cleaning the boats that
Well,
are coming
I
in.
know.
Like,
Yeah,
Right.
I know. It's an interesting conversation because you're assuming the other lakes are doing what we're doing if they're washing when it comes
Well,
out, which is an
assuming they're
assumption.
not.
Right.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is, we've got, all the invasive species that are common to this
Yeah,
area,
that
we
was brought
have.
up, too.
We have. So
What are you-
it's like, what do you do about so we're not gonna bring Eurasian milfoil, into the lake, it's already here. So I guess it's, what are the newer things that are, challenges to the ecosystem? So how we get rid of that, I don't know, because you're right, it's cleaning it on the way out, not on the way
The
in.
guy who was here was right.
Yeah. So, I know. I wish I had a good answer for you on that, but I don't.
He said, everything that could come in is already in the lake.
Right. Okay, next, continuing business, F we added was the septic.
I'm making progress slowly. I'm talking to 2 companies who hate each other. I found that out. Whoever heard of companies hating, former partners who hate each other. I still haven't got mine in. I went to put it in, and I followed the instructions. Go figure. And so I ended up talking to the manufacturer. He said, you got to do this. You got to cut this part out, and so that the top of this thing's got to be. You've seen it. The top of the thing's got to be 3 inches below the water surface. And the depth of my septic tank won't allow that, so he sent me a sketch for cutting it out. And I said, that's not my highest priority right now, but I will get it. Yeah.
So with the special, what's we had for the septic,
The SAD.
the SAD, so is this something beyond that, or what is this? Is this
This
for
would be
people that
something,
don't?
the one I've got costs $1,100 or something, $1,400. And I found out that Oakland County says you can put it in yourself. You don't need a contractor, you don't need, you put it. It's maintenance. It's maintenance.
It's
right?
maintenance, not a repair.
You're not knocking anything out, you're not changing anything, you're just setting this thing in your tank, so you can just go ahead and do it.
It'll extend the life of the tank. It treats the sewage that's
Yeah.
in your tank in such a way that makes it less harsh on the tank itself.
Well, I think it's on the drainage field. Your drainage field gets, the water is more clear, it brings the sediment to
Yep.
the base, the lower, and then it's supposed to improve your septic field and help restore. And the idea is to have cleaner water flowing from septics.
Yeah.
Right.
And from your leach field, and it's supposed to, what do they call it? The leach field builds up this biomass because of anaerobic bacteria, and this aerobic bacteria eats that. So your septic field works better, your septic tank works better, and when it leaks into the lake, a lot of the phosphorus is gone and a lot of the nitrogen is gone. So I'm told. I'm still investigating.
So what is our plan with this whole thing? Just to educate the community to consider this versus doing the, tying into the,
That would be mine.
yeah?
Yeah, so last time when we talked about whether, if you got with the village on whether you needed a permit to install it. Did you ever get anything on that?
I never asked. Oakland County says I don't need one.
Okay, yeah, because that was the thing last time, because any of the houses that are around the lake already, they can't get permits to service their septics, right?
Is this servicing?
I don't know.
That was the
This is why,
thing.
this is why,
That was the.
yeah, this is why last time we
I
asked.
got it. I got it here
They can
someplace.
service, they can't repair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, that was the question last time.
Yeah.
If, for houses that are lakefront,
Yeah.
this could be an alternative to connecting, assuming you'd be permitted to install it, right? And for houses that are not lakefront, this is a potential method for extending the life of your septic system.
And for
And
cleaning
and
up
it's,
the water.
what's the cost? You said like, what'd you say, 1,100,
This
1,400?
is where the fishing contest comes. I'm trying to think of a better word. These two outfits, one says, no, you can just drop it in, and the other says, oh, no, we gotta go to the site, and we have contractors. So this guy says, with the same thing, they look the same, this guy says, for $1,400, including shipping, you got it, you're set. And this guy says, no, it'll be $6,000 because you gotta hire a contractor, and you gotta, because these guys don't know what they're doing. I'm trying to sort that out.
Okay. Well,
Do I sound like I don't know what I'm doing yet? But I'm getting there, I'm getting there.
okay.
Okay.
Well, no, it's an interesting concept, and it'd be nice as an option if people don't want to take advantage of the.
It's sad.
Yeah.
Well, $2,000 versus $20,000.
Right. So
And do it
yeah.
right now, because the SAD isn't moving that fast.
Right.
You got three people.
So is there a neutral party other than these two that you can speak to about this?
There's Massachusetts has got a place, Cape Cod's got a place, and please call me, nothing, but I'll keep looking at it.
Okay.
I'll keep looking.
Well, if not, call Paul. He's like, call Saul.
Hey.
He'll get.
I get Minnesota, he gets Cape Cod?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
We'll send you there in January.
So
don't
Jerry,
worry.
you'll follow up on that and
Yeah.
let us know. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Continuing business, G, the dam update. So, a couple meetings ago, I had mentioned there was a publication in the Lake Magazine. If you guys, Lakes Magazine, if you guys know what that is, they were talking about the various dams for the lake and the health and stability of those. So, we were supposed to have an inspection of ours over here on Glengarry. In speaking with David Gillum, so Eagle requires a dam to be inspected every 4 years by a licensed professional engineer. We were supposed to be due for one by the end of December. So December 31st, by December 31st, we are supposed to have an official inspection. He had mentioned that a gentleman by the name of Mike Powell has inspected the dam in the summer. Hasn't completed a report, but we were told it's in very good shape. He did recommend to the village that we do some maintenance on the berm because there is some seepage at the lowest point of the dam. And I don't know if any of you guys ever walk by that area over there, but I take my dog for walks regularly, and you can see where the grass on the berm is very wet, and when the guys go to cut the grass, you can see they're sinking into the mud, the grass and mud over there. So this updated report won't be available till the end of December, as I mentioned, but the recommendation, at least so far, was that clay be added to the berm to decrease some of the saturation. So I'll just give you an update when I hear that final report, what they're going to do. Again, I don't want to alarm anyone. It's in good health. It's good, but there are some things we can do to further enhance it.
That's the reason why you do inspections.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Catch it before it gets
And we have something that monitors the lake level, got
Correct.
all sorts of
Right.
good stuff going on there.
Yes. Okay, let's see, future business, open discussion.
No meeting until February.
You'll be going to the next council meeting though to give it?
I have to get not all the information's on the website yet, so I gotta pull down the harvester hours, and then I gotta put it'll take me like 30 minutes to get a report together, but,
Okay.
when is the next council meeting?
Either next, the second, the month.
The second Wednesday of
So it'll be November. Yeah, I can try and get there in
Sixth.
November.
13th,
The second week though?
the second November? Yeah, 13th. Yeah.
Yeah, I should be able to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, usually I'm just trying to I'll just do lake level budget that we spent, although they know that already. Bird count, boat count, all that stuff, all the data that we collect throughout the year, right?
They'll be so excited to hear.
Yeah,
All right,
sure.
excellent, good. All right, maybe I'll go and join you.
Okay.
Need some emotional support. Okay, 12, liaison reports, village council.
We actually had a guest coming here from NLC Service Line Program. It's a new, warranty line that we voted to allow them to market to the village. The idea is that they sell a warranty for all the lines from where the municipalities are in charge of up to your house
For what?
for water and sewer.
Water and the
So-
sewer's all covered already as part of the install.
That's one thing.
Lifetime,
But
right?
then the water line from the junction boxes in the front yard,
If you have city water?
if you have city water, up to your house.
Okay. Most people in the
There's our
village
wells,
do
and our
not.
community wells too.
Okay. So
It's
this
just-
guy's gonna come in to sell insurance to people?
So all he's gonna do is they do a 3-stage marketing where they just do mailing flyers. So you're not getting cold calls, they're not knocking on your doors, anything like that. They were just asking permission to be able to offer their services to the village residents.
But, okay, but what's the advantage for us? If all the houses that are connected to the sewer have their lines warranted as part of the sewer connection, and most residents don't have city water, what exactly are they selling?
So for them, it's gonna be a Noah's Barn. It's
Are they
gonna be
gonna-
for people who are gonna be applicable for their warranty program, just to cover any broken lines.
Okay.
Or even they do have some programs for all the plumbing inside your house covered too, so if a pipe breaks in the wall,
Okay.
you have a coverage plan for it, so you're not out, $4,000 or $5,000.
I could
How
use
did-
that last September, but okay.
Yeah.
Now I got a nice new pipe.
So how did these guys get engaged with the village?
So they're gonna do a mailing flyer.
I know, but how did they
Gotcha.
get engaged? They just came into the council?
They just schedule an appointment ahead of time too, to get them to present their services. So it's kind of a nifty little thing. It's not a cost to the village, so the village didn't require a cost or anything like that too. No resident has to pay anything to, unless they want to,
Sure.
they want the service.
Okay.
So there's no cost.
I'll be curious to see if they try and sell me insurance for the lines to my house. They're already covered.
That's what I was wondering.
Hopefully they're not trying to sell people insurance that they don't need.
They did bring it up too, even Jennifer Gillum, they brought it up too, that this is not a service that everyone's gonna need. Or even like if you have your own well, it's
Sure.
your own well. So they were made aware of that, but yeah, it's a possibility if you need it, so. That's kind of nifty.
Have people had issues with water line bursting in the front yard or something?
Apparently it's enough for them to have an
a
insurance
business
program
You
for
saw
it. So, but if you wanna buy a bridge,
Exactly. Yeah, to have an insurance program, that means not many are breaking, otherwise the insurance company would be out of business.
I
Okay.
got hurricane insurance for Michigan. It's coming out.
Tell
I
you
see,
what.
you guys see all the courts are nice and painted?
Oh, yeah.
Been to Claire Miller
Yeah, I saw
Beautiful.
pictures of them
Love it.
online, they look
Love it.
legit.
Love it.
Wonderful job, so.
Great job. Great
And
job.
they finished the hockey area too, I saw that, so.
Looks
excited
really
about
nice,
that.
so
Looks great.
cheers to the council for supporting it.
I didn't see anything with the playground. Is the
So
playground?
playground,
going?
the playground equipment is up. It's getting
Yeah, it's
the
all
actual
there.
rubber, rubberized
Yeah.
tile.
Oh, it's all there, it's all.
They finished that this week? I think.
Well, they still have it fenced off, but it's all there. They've got the landscaping, I guess they're just doing a,
Okay.
Fine little thing there.
Cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
That's a
Yeah, I
place to
haven't
go.
been over there, I've been trying to get over there to go.
but what's
go
going on with the BMX course or whatever? There's just piles of dirt all over
Yeah,
the
so that's all
place.
the raw materials for them to do it. They were supposed to have these surveyor come out, it'd be, I think, 2 weeks past now, to actually stake it out, all that, and there's an issue. I think they had a car breakdown or something, so they missed that appointment. So we're waiting for the surveyor to come out to stake it all before the excavator crew can actually come in and know where it's supposed to go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the tennis courts, the pickleball courts, the basketball court, they look great. It's
Yeah.
it's so nice.
So this should be like one of those last little thing too, and they're still finishing up the baseball diamonds as well. They're recreating all the surfaces too. So those were being repaired also,
Good.
so.
Cool.
All right.
Big improvement for the area.
Thanks, council, if you're watching.
And then, of course, Baines, and then, Yeah, we just voted on some ordinances that the planning commission brought into, that a couple verbiage changes for
Yes.
sign permits, so if you wanna.
So, well, what's going on with the chickens now? Where?
Rob hasn't been here for a minute. He's
File for a permit of the office, I think there's still some openings, so.
Wasn't there only 5?
There's only a handful.
Yeah.
Did anybody
I think there was like one or
get
two.
permits for it and they got their
And
chickens?
there's a couple
out?
people who, have chickens that, just wander around the neighborhood, so.
What?
Well, I
They
walk,
wander around the neighborhood. Wait a minute.
I walk mine.
So it's clearly not a problem if you haven't noticed any chickens anywhere,
Yes.
or heard them,
No.
or smelled them, or anything.
Sounds good. I'll take it, that was nice.
Okay, planning commission.
Okay. Actually, Aaron, you might know more about the zoning piece, because I wasn't able to pull that up, and actually, I wasn't able to attend the meeting. However, I did watch what they talked about, and there were two pieces that were forwarded to the council for recommendation. And the one that I do know about, a little bit about, is the signage one. And I think I mentioned it before. I'm just going to read one little paragraph. I'm not going to read the 5 pages.
Thank you for that.
Unless you really would like me to.
No.
Ryan,
Oh,
after Ryan wants to say
This is where
something.
you say, we'll put a link to it on the website.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Rulings by the United States Supreme Court and other courts have affected the way local governments may regulate signs. Courts have found that constitutional speech rights require that sign regulations be content neutral. In other words, a municipality may not dictate what type of message signs may or may not contain. Rather, sign regulations should only specify what types of signs are allowed, where they may be placed, the number of signs on a site, and what size they can be, not what they say. To address these changes, amendments to the village zoning ordinance are needed to eliminate content-based regulations, and there were several recommendations to reword the ordinances dealing with signs. So basically, the recommendations that we forwarded were based on rewritten ordinances that dealt with the removal of anything that did not comply with the Supreme Court's ruling. So, and my understanding is that the council is set to approve. We recommended, I think the zoning piece was dealing, kind of inspired again by our gas station friends over off South Commerce, so. Those were both sent forward to the council for approval.
Bottom line.
We did introduce them to the first reading, they did get approved for the first reading.
Okay. And it was such a fiery issue that absolutely nobody showed up at the public hearing to discuss the issue.
So how does that work? There's multiple hearings or something?
So you got a first reading of an ordinance too, you bring it up into the public, everyone gets a chance to hear it.
Yeah.
And then they get a chance to research it, make their speech at the next meeting. You'll have a second reading of it too. And then it'll
At
go
the
to-
second meeting?
At the second meeting.
Okay.
So it'd be, everyone has anything to say about it, have a discussion, and then vote again for the second reading. And after that, then it goes back into the, goes upstairs.
That second vote happens at the second meeting, or that's the third meeting?
That'll be the next meeting.
Okay.
So we already had the first vote to bring it in, yes, we like it, give everyone a chance to state
Digest
their
it,
opinion, say what they think, then we'll have another conversation before we vote at the next meeting. And we vote yes, then the second one's gonna be, move forward, then it goes up to the administration to finalize it, put it into ordinance.
Okay, cool.
So.
And like
chance
a-
chance to catch anything or change it if we have to.
Yeah, I just wanted to know the process.
And like us, several members of the planning commission had to be renominated to retain their seats on the planning commission. So,
They kept you?
they did, in absentee. Kept me as secretary, kept me on the water thing as liaison.
Yes.
No, we
You were
decided
so
you're,
close to getting booted from here.
I know,
You
right?
You made it.
Hanging out by the skin of my teeth.
All right, item 13, comments from board members. Anything? Board members? We all commented out?
Nope, I guess we'll follow up on some harvester stuff. If I put some report together, I'll send it out to people.
That'd be nice.
Otherwise, it'll be February.
Okay.
There's a lot of holidays and good stuff between them. And
Yeah.
I think overall, for the year, again, we had a year of essentially no significant complaints, right? Little touch-up things here and there, algae in the beginning.
I mean, I
little
think
bit
the
of weeds
control
late.
of the weeds back in the canals was great this year. I mean, it was
Yeah.
really
Thanks
nice.
to Big Deal. I think the safety fair, we did a pretty good job there. I think lessons learned again from this year will go to next year. Combine it with different events.
Yeah.
I think we did some good stuff without spending a bunch of money too.
Just, I'm sorry, I don't mean to, just say, that weed rake works at your place?
So I don't have the weed roller, I've got a rake, it's not like the roller. That's a different, they have a thing called a Lake Maid, and that goes around in the circle and it just rolls and rolls and rolls. That's a totally different thing. The thing I have is literally a rake. that you
rake,
throw and
okay,
pull.
okay.
Yeah. And it pulls stuff out, and the stuff that it doesn't, I have a big razor I throw out there and I can pull it.
Okay, that's that triangular shaped
Mhm.
thing, okay.
Yeah. But yeah, they make something called the Lake Maid, and it just rolls
Yeah.
around and rolls
Yeah.
around, doesn't let anything grow.
And they're $3,500, I think.
The Lake Maid, yeah, that's expensive, I don't have that one.
Yeah. But I'll look into this roller because it sounds like a hand-driven thing of this eco harvest.
Oh, okay.
That's probably how they
Based it
came
on-
up with the idea. Hey, let's make this bigger and make $1 million. Okay, I'm done. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn, Mr. Chair?
Sure. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Cool.
Okay, hit the gavel.